Hey, good evening, people out there. Well, whether you're out there or watching this later on, but hello, welcome. I am the one, the only, Wentworth. Hi there. And welcome to the Warrior Workshop, the show, or stream rather, where I go and work with my audience, you guys, to go and brainstorm all kinds of wacky character builds for D&D 5th edition based on our favorite pop culture characters. Now, if this is your first time, chiming in, hi. Welcome. Thank you for randomly clicking on this. I hope the algorithm treated you well, bringing you here to me. Give me one second here. There we go. Get some mood music. Anyway, so it's the holiday season. It's Christmas time. And, well, I frankly have been trying to, this time of the year, to focus on characters from popular Christmas specials, namely from the Rankin Bass collection, menagerie. And last week, we took a look at Freeze Miser, Mr. King Cold himself, and hey, Rig! Hi! And the puns have already started. Oh boy. Full disclosure, if you weren't here last week, I was in the midst of handling a cold. Well, it's gotten better. I feel better. However, I'm still feeling a little bit of it. So maybe you might get me in a bit of a rambly, ranty mood again. I don't know. We'll find out. But this week, we are looking at Heat Miser, the fiery, hot-headed brother of, well, Frost Miser. No, Freeze Miser? Freeze Miser. Gosh. For the longest time, I always thought it was Snow Miser. But I guess Freeze Miser. I don't know why they named it as such, but to me it would be much better as Ice Miser or Cold Miser. Where am I going with this? Well, last week, me and my friends, you, the beautiful people out there listening to me ramble right now, went and made a rather fun Aasimar Glamour Bard last week based on Freeze Miser, who we nicknamed Tundra Miser. And it's a great build. It's kind of fun. If you get the chance later, go check it out. It has just the right mix of charisma and this delicious set of Fae-inspired, glamorous abilities that, frankly, it'd be really hard for you to have any rough time getting what you want in any city. And when I wanted to do his brother this week, I wanted to create a character, another Aasimar, that could play along well with the Freeze Miser build. Now, looking at it overall, it's very much a build you'd primarily use for roleplay purposes. Not that there's anything wrong with roleplay, but typically in D&D, you have two sections of it. You have the roleplay, problem solving, using your ability score rolls to make things happen, and bards excel at that, and especially the Tundra Miser build, where we had things that allowed you to kind of control and set up your allies a bit more. But there really wasn't a whole lot of attack power, raw, physical, scary strength. And which is why I thought a good balance, a good companion to Tundra Miser would be to make another Aasimar, because, if we're going to go have his brother be an Aasimar, his Heat Miser should be one as well. But additionally, I wanted to use a Barbarian, because one, angry, hot-headed, but two, we could then go and just go absolutely nuts in the realm of just a raw fighting power. Go for the smashy. I would see it like you could play it out where your Freeze Miser bard could, yes, inspire their brother with, who knows, maybe some inspirational insult to get their rage that much stronger. That's kind of what I kind of see with this. Or maybe they do a dance number. I don't know. Regardless, I don't want to spend too much time setting this up, because I think everyone who's at least watching this now kind of gets the gist. But let's go and talk about the Heat Miser himself real quick, in case you don't know who that is. Now, Heat Miser is this lovable guy right here, that almost clown-looking of a goofball, is essentially, in the short, which is from The Year Without a Santa Claus, the being, the entity, the spirit that controls warm weather. And in the course of the story, he and his brother, square off, like, oh, no, cold's better, no, heat's better, no, white Christmas, no, green Christmas. Shenanigans ensue. And over the course of the plot, which I'll be surprised if people know it off the top of their heads, kind of alluded when you say it out loud. But despite that, it's kind of forgettable altogether. But the misers are just, without question, the best part. I mean, yeah, you don't watch it for the plot or for the Santa Claus or for anything else. Maybe the claymation's kind of nice. Well, not the claymation's stop motion. You watch it for the jingle, the dun 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 from the brothers, which is great. And yeah, but oh yeah, the plot. The plot is basically Santa Claus is sick. He's been worked up. He feels like people really don't really have the Christmas spirit anymore. A couple of his elves get sent up by Mrs. Claus to try to find the Christmas spirit, to kind of try to cheer him up. And of course they end, for whatever reason, down south, like in Southtown, USA, which is in fact the actual town most of this takes place in. The elves get into trouble. They find out how many people really have the Christmas spirit, nor do many actually believe in Santa Claus. And in their shenanigans, they get the reindeer they rode in on arrested. And in the process of trying to get that reindeer cleared and just trying to help out Santa Claus, they get tasked to go and make it snow in Southtown, USA. Hence the involvement of the Miser brothers, which is kind of wild. I'll spare you any spoilers because you don't want to go watch it for yourselves. But simply put, Heat Miser, yeah, he's willing to help out. He's a nice guy, but he's definitely, I would say, chaotic good in terms of his desires. He straight up wants to have the chance to make it warm and sunny in the North Pole, which actually never really comes to fruition in the special. So probably not that rationale. Creating this kind of character that I could see being one that, yeah, has a little bit of the showmanship like his brother, who's definitely, pardon the pun, cooler. But he definitely makes it up with having some, I think, the better stage. Like, freeze misers inside like a giant ice mountain. I mean, it's almost in many ways kind of like a ripoff of Superman's Fortress of Solitude. Whereas Heat Miser has got straight up this. It's a volcano. You can't top having a volcano base. There's lava, there's fire, and of course there's also his various, oh gosh, hang on, little miniature Heat Misers. You know what? I should just do this. Hang on, I'm just gonna move my display. See if you can see it a bit better. There you go. I want to make sure you guys can see this from going forward. I get sick of trying to. There you go. There they are. Aren't they cute? The little scary Pennywise-looking demons. But it looks. But my point is, he's a good guy. He looks like he's living it out in some evil haunted base. And what's not to love there? So let's get to the build, shall we? Which, hey, look at that! Actually happens to be 10 minutes sooner than it took me last week. Oh man, I got so rambly. Anyway, let's get our character sheet up. As always, I'm gonna be building this on Roll20, my favorite site. Not because they sponsor me, which would be kind of nice, but mainly because they're the place I've used the most for run my games online. I think I have like over, last I checked, like 2,000 hours or something like that. Not that really matters. It's kind of like par for the course when you're being a DM in DND. You spend a lot of time getting things set up. So some of those hours probably are just that prep work, like we're doing now. All right, so let's get a character sheet up. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Come on, give me the character. There you go. All right, so first things first, let's get a nice name here. So last week I said went for Frozen Tundra for Freeze Miser. So let's go for, let's see. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to leave this one more to the audience and have something better out there. But for the time being, I'm probably just going to call this, like, Desert Miser, maybe. I think it's dessert. I spell dessert? Who cares? I'm here to help build characters, not exactly go and build proper spelling. I shouldn't admit that. No, straight up, actually, in school when I was really young, I think the first and only test I ever actually cheated on was a spelling test back in elementary school. And I was quite clever about it, too, because it was on the colors. And I being... available. Let's do this. And I being the clever little monkey, realized that, oh... Mordor Miser. I like that reg. That's where we go with that. Mordor Miser. Oh, that's juicy. But long story short, I cheated basically by pre-placing all my colored pencils in my desk so they would have like the name of the colors pointed at me. Because it's like, hey, yeah, it's my school supplies. It's not cheating, right? I think it's like the only spelling test I got 100% on that year. Okay, race. Obviously, Aasimar again. I'm going to go with good because of the aforementioned, he's Heat Miser, Mordor Miser, typically is out to, for his own thing, his own personal interests and benefits, which gives us a nice standard array of, speed of 30, humanoid, can speak common and celestial, which can be handy when he needs to talk to his mother, which often, it depends on how the DM's feeling, could be Mother Nature, which would be kind of fun. For those who don't know, by the way, Aasimars are essentially kind of like the opposite of Tieflings, where Tieflings have some kind of like devil blood in them. Aasimars have more divine, holy blood from angels or some celestial being. Hence, their ability to know celestial words. There's a few options you get from it. You can find most of them underneath the extra race, or now I guess species section in Volo's Guide to Monsters from Wizards of the Coast. Hey! Too much, never enough? Oh my gosh, hi buddy! Let's see, what are you here? I know I haven't tried that yet. I've been meaning to look at other things. No, Roll20 is not sponsoring me. I hope they sponsor me someday, because I spend money with them. I do want to try other things eventually. I need to try out D&D Beyond too. Yeah, they don't sponsor me. I just wanted to put that out there every time, considering I use them so much, because they don't. I'm making no money right now. I'm putting a lot of money into this stuff. I mean, actually, I've seen some of. By the way, Too Much is one of my friends here over in my area. Thank you. Man, a lot of people are randomly popping up. Usually don't have that too often. What was I just gonna say? Oh yes, basically, I've seen some of Too Much's stuff. He has a pretty awesome game room. He's got his walls are filled with miniatures and little dice hangers. It's like almost walking into like a war room made for nerds. But I also have seen some of his maps include like sometimes like 3D effects and all that, which I would love to do. But after my schedule kind of leaves me often just falling back in Roll20. Yeah, I mean that'd be fun to do too. Like I'm always trying to expand what I tend to use. I mean, frankly, I also like Roll20 mainly because it also allows me to throw in other systems there too. Though I imagine there are plenty of sites out there that, like the one you use above VTT allows you to do that as well. Where was I? Oh yes. So other benefits of Aasimars though, you got naturally I swear the prerequisite for most player builds nowadays. You got your dark vision, so no need to carry around torches. You got your celestial resistance, so you have resistance to necrotic damage and radiant damage, which, when you're playing essentially a hot-headed walking fireball, to me that kind of makes sense. You want to be kind of like resistant to that, though maybe depending on your DM, ask like, hey, can I get some resistance to fire damage maybe, just to complete the build. Healing Hands, also nice, and Light Barrier, which honestly very, very much needed for a character like this. All right, sub race. Honestly, I do want to eventually make a build that uses one of these other sub races at some point. And frankly, I know there's probably plenty of homebrew ones. If you're watching this for the first time, I tend to like to lean towards options you can get mainly from the books right now, because it's like a smorgasbord buffet of content when it comes to homebrew stuff, and I keep it simple for these kind of things. But so honestly, for this kind of thing, Protector Aasimar is kind of like your good status quo, mainly for the nice boost to wisdom, which Heat Miser isn't exactly wise. He's kind of quick to react. But honestly, it's more so for things like Radiant Soul, which allows you to, well, fly and deal out more radiant damage, which just... I want to basically see this whole barbarian build lead to you walking out like some kind of combination between the Hulk and the Flaming Torch. Nope, Human Torch. I'm a nerd. I should know these comic book heroes. Moving on. So class, like I said before, Barbarian. We're going to be going to level 5 today, so don't leave just yet after we get this thing done. But let's choose skill proficiencies. Now, this is going to be based on a good old Heat Miser. I think Mordor here should have definitely Intimidation and, frankly, Nature for just the... Well, he's raised by Mother Nature. Just makes sense to me. Got your pre-standard listing of Rage, which I'm hoping that if you're watching this, me right now, you can just assume I know what a Rage is. Gosh, I think it's like next to Magic Missile and Fireball, one of the most commonly known D&D abilities these days. Though I think it should be said that when it comes to using your Rage, don't be afraid to like try to switch it up when you comes to your roleplay or flavoring it to your own style. Like in the past, I've done like a cold Rage. I've done a hysterical Rage. Like Rage doesn't have to be just you going, rah, smash. It can have a lot of different colors. So play around with it. Frankly, I think it's kind of more terrifying if you're a barbarian who's just like in a giggle fit rage, walking up to your foes, just cracking your knuckles, laughing like you are hitting on some joke that they're about to find out about. So let's see here. Ability score method. I'm going to go with the standard array just for time's sake. Let's see. Now, what should barbarians need? I know. They should have intelligence. Strength is the big one there. Constitution would probably be the next right up. I would from there, honestly, I would dump a lot of the rest of it into charisma because I want to really play up that showman side of Mordor Miser here. Constitution, kind of important too, so get that at 12, leaving us with intelligence and wisdom. Now, I think I would put 10 into intelligence, which is kind of weird to have a somewhat smart barbarian for... Let's see, though. Yeah, definitely intelligence for that, because he's able to, at least in the movie, able to kind of like pull a deal with Santa Claus's elves, who, by the way, have the names of Jingle Jangle. Like, one's Jingle, one's Jangle. So clever. But he also thinks it's a good idea. Yeah, I'll let it snow in Southtown if you let me make it warm in the North Pole, which, totally screams like, yeah, that global warming was a very distant thing for back in Iraq, back when those first came out. The End King is here. Welcome. Glad you're alive. A fire person has average con? I suppose. Switch them? Yeah, switch them. Yeah, that's probably for the best. Because that's the thing I should really think about it, is that Heat Miser is kind of a dork, honestly, in the Christmas special. Kind of a pushover in a way, too. Did I make Dexterity 14? Did I? Yeah, I did. That's weird. Let me switch that around. There we go. That's what I meant to do. Constitution's 14. Christmas 13, Dexterity 12. There we go. I like that better. But yeah, he still is kind of a dork. He can't sing though. Not really intimidating. Well, I don't see why you can't have a walking, living inferno, not have at least some charisma. Nah. Special obnoxious and shit. I can see that. Alright. Now, I thought long and hard about for the background. Now, I know for most session zeros I've been a part of, like, background often seems to be like the throwaway option, but frankly, if I learned anything from making these character builds week after week, is that no. Keep an eye for that stuff. You get a lot of goodies from some of these backgrounds. Like, for instance, I honestly would probably put down Entertainer again to kind of play up the whole Miser song side of things. And also that means you could then do a fun performance duo with my Freeze Miser build. Disguise Kid, I'm just picturing Heat Miser powdering his nose. Gosh, what would Heat Miser use? Pantlu, lyre, lute, horn. I think he seems like a horn guy to me. Horn and drums, honestly. I have to go with the horn though, because that's what kicks off the whole Heat Miser song. Entertain who? Well, people that are willing to listen to him. I mean, I guess I can be doubt myself. How dare you? How dare you doubt me in this whole show that's all about workshopping ideas on the fly? Well, okay, actually, I'll go to you then. Like, what suggestions do you have out there? Because there's a few of them I could kind of see. They could be good for this. Like, I was gonna go with Entertainer. I mean, that could be fun. He is a bit of a noble, I guess, of sorts, being, I guess, a demigod. You can play it up that way. Definitely not a sage. Surely not a sage. Charlatan? Should they do him that dirty? Hermit? I suppose he does keep to himself. It doesn't really have... He's definitely grumpier too, I suppose, yeah. I could kind of see that. I can see that. Life of seclusion, searching for spiritual enlightenment. Note. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I was thinking with the Entertainer side of things, because if you're gonna play these brothers in a party, I could totally see Freeze Miser be like, "Hey, come on, brother, come on up, let's go and entertain the crowd." And Heat Miser, at least with the Entertainer background, be able to kind of like back up his brother. That's true. He's more of a religious kind of thing. Outlander. I can see Outlander from the player's handbook. Still proficiencies. Hey, you still get an instrument, so that works. Okay, this could work. Ooh, that way we can, with like language proficiencies, give him Infernal. That could be fun. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't entertain everyone, but it could also be like, musical logic where like Everyone can sing and dance, even the tone-deaf father from down the lane. I don't know, I'm kind of like an Outlander too. Let's see, well, what's who you get with here? You get excellent memory from maps and geography. You can also call the general layout of terrain. Entertainment, kill them. Let's leave it to this for the sake of time, because I do want to get to the actual abilities and stuff like that. Seeing as this was meant to kind of pair off with my other one, but everyone wants to sing dance. Yeah, go back and forth. You know what? Let's stick with Outlander for another reason, because you do get some nice barbarian helpful things, and that way, if you were to theoretically use both of these builds, then they would pair off well together instead of having them double up a lot of different things. Although there's nothing honestly wrong with that. Still give the horn, because I just love, to at least play musically along with the bard. Language proficiencies, you can then have Infernal, put the whole fire aspect. And Wanderer, because unlike the cold, heat's more in the world than ice, so maybe he just knows his geography a whole lot better than Freeze Miser. Yeah, that's my logic, and I'm sticking to it. Now the rest is really just flavor. So let's go with yes, I am Heat Miser, the Bounty Hunter. Felground, Tribal Nomad, Hunter Gatherer, Tribal Marauder. Yeah, no, it's good. Heat Miser, he's out for blood. He is out to go and bring the cold weather to the ground. He's the reason for global warming. Oh God. Let's see here. Not liking Bounty Hunter there, Reg? Huh? Let's see. Snogging wealthy, well-mannered folk. Let's see. Personality traits. Letter of newborn pups. Okay, honestly, with all the personality traits, you can really fill this in based on how you actually do want to build your miser. In that case, let's see. I just love the idea that the Heat Miser was like the literal unwanted stepchild of Mother Nature. So let's say, he was in fact raised by wolves. Why not? No, I like that. I have a lesson for every situation drawn from observing nature. Okay, that's probably a bit more on par with the poor guy. And wealth and folk, money, from hungry owlbear. I'm always picking things up, and well, you can't really see these options here. Let me go and give you a clearer look. There you go. So here's what I'm working with right here. I guess even more comfortable around animals than people. Ideal. Let's see, nature. Yeah, perfect. That is, the natural world is more important than all constructs of civilization. Yep, that screams a being that was raised to help control the weather bond. Can you scroll something and show people more? There we go. Family, clan, or tribes, more important thing in my life. Yep, that sounds perfect for a Heat Miser. What animals, huh? Yeah, I can see that. Volcano slugs, they'd be kind of cool. Reg's asking kind of animals here. I guess if it's in a D&D setting, that'd be kind of mean, because they are technically an animal. You could straight up say that, yeah, like dragons and stuff. Depends on how your DM defines it. Let's see, flaw. Honestly, yeah. Yep, this one right here. I remember every insult I received and nurse a silent resentment toward anyone who's ever wronged me. That just screams a character that is based on Heat Miser. It also means that this guy is getting a staff, a hunting trap, trophy from an animal you killed. maybe a polar bear just to spite his brother. Or a snowman. That'd be kind of funny. Everyone's clothes. And a belt pouch. All right, moving on. How about to choose your equipment? I'm not insane. We could go with class equipment here, obviously. Let's see. Any martial weapon? Now, if we're going to base this on the Christmas special, you probably would have to go for a martial weapon, probably like a club or a quarterstaff, only because the only thing you really truly see him use is, at least in his dance number, is like a cane. However, in an earlier scene when the elves are traveling to Southtown, USA, he does use a cannon with his minions, so you could work that out. Maybe say your hand axe or a simple weapon is just that, is like a giant, you can use like a crossbow for the stats. Yeah, it's my giant heat gun. Oh, actually, no, it shoots lightning. That's what it shoots. I forgot. But yeah, I can see an axe being kind of perfect. A trident, kind of have like the whole devil look, be kind of funny too. But you have to go with an axe, fire axe, just a great axe even. Let's go with that. And it's a weapon. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my lightning crossbow idea. I mean, it doesn't have to be like deal that damage, but if your DM's willing to go along with it, you have to, man. You have to. All right. This guy doesn't know any spells. He's dumb. Ooh, true. A mall would be a perfect choice as well in King. I actually once had a player who played a really old, yet still strong, Minotaur Barbarian. Think like Shepherd from Firefly. I think that was his name. Yeah, the Shepherd. And he was great, fantastic character, but his cane was his maul. So it had like, top little like classic kind of walking cane that ended, instead of a tennis ball, a giant like spiky ball of death. It was really cool. I miss him dearly. You couldn't stay in the campaign long. Spike has no one spell, light, which is kind of funny. Also, my apologies, Reg, you're right. I shouldn't. Not all devils use tridents. Just some. All right. Let's change his name properly to Mordor Miser. Love it. I'm gonna make sure I spell Mordor correctly. There we go. Nope. There we are. Let's see. Mordor Miser. Age. Let's see, 101. From the song. 101 degrees. Not sure maybe you'll get that reference. Height. Well, he's shorter than Freeze Miser, so let's say 5 feet. Yeah, most people I know at that height have quite the fiery personality. Weight. Yes. I hate freaking out weight. Eyes, red. Weight, round. I like that. Hair. Red? Fiery? It's kind of reddish orange. Flaming hot. There we go. Flaming hot. Once again, I fail to show any progress with my spelling. Skin. Kind of white, isn't it? Pale? Let's go with pale. Alright, there we go. Build my character, please. There we are. Okay, look at a little level 1 barbarian. He's got initiative of 1. Nice little 14 hit points. But how does it roll? Let's find out. Pardon me as I juggle my space. There we go. Alright. So Heat Miser here is going to go and just do... Or Mordor Miser. Bring out his fiery axe and go bonk. 18, not bad for your first roll there. 9 slashing. Nice. Good job there. But let's see what it's like while he's raging. Let's add the rage damage in there and try that again. 23, nice. 10, not bad, not bad. But we're just getting started. Because it's my humble opinion that most builds don't really come into their own until you get to a nice level 5 point. You get like a lot of the goodies, a lot of the tricks and quirks and combo specials. So I'm gonna go to launch Charactermancer Plus. Do. Here we go. Hope you're all having a good time tonight, or just in general. I mean, as much as I'd like to know that I'm entertaining you in some fashion or another, I just, frankly hope that during this dark time of the year for some of us, that's going well. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so this is what I actually wanted a bit of your input here, folks, because I purposely didn't select out a primal path ahead of time. By the way, I'm going to go with just the average for health rolls because I don't want to be here all day trying to get a decent health loadout. Is that the word? Yeah. That build really brings the heat. Ah! Why would you do this to me? Why would you keep using these puns? I thought we were friends. Let me bring up a fresh window. Try it again. There we go. I wish you guys can see this time. Okay. So here's our options. We got Wild Magic, Ancestral Guardian, Beast, Berserker, Storm Herald, Totem Warrior, and Zealot. Honestly, it's a lead build. Oh my god. I have to ask, did my fiance send you my way? Because she adores puns. She can't not get enough of them. I go mad from them. So, are you going to be mad? More than I already am? But okay. Do these paths give us fire damage? Well, that's a good question. Potentially, I could see Path of Wild Magic because of just the chance at wild, crazy shenanigans. Technically, Storm Herald does have some elemental stuff in there you can probably, work around. Let's go and take a look-see at some of these, shall we? I'll bring up my... I have to practice with not naming NPCs. I think this is the side. And let's bring up Barbarian Paths. I can't spell barbarian. Spell check is my friend. There we go. Let's go with this for now. Blah 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 blah. No, I should have done. I should have typed in this. Okay. Path. Yes, please. Barbarian primal path. Now just bring me. There we go. Subclasses. All right. Let's take a wild look through. I mentioned earlier wild magic, so let's see what that kind of gives us here. So it's from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Let's see. Magic awareness. As an action, you open your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic until the end of your next turn. You know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover. Okay, so you're basically a walking, talking magic item detector. Fun. Wild search. Okay, here we go. Magical energy rolling inside you. Sometimes it erupts from you. When you enter your rage, roll on the wild magic table. Determine the magical effect produced. Okay, I can see that. Okay, so let's see. Shady tendrils lash around you. Okay, that's kind of cool. You teleport. Intangible spirit. Holding. Okay. I'll see these deal fire damage. Okay. Yeah, it just kind of does anything but fire. Okay, maybe not this one. Feel free to speak up if you have an idea there, folks. Otherwise, we're just going to continue diving in and see what we can find. Let's try... Totem Warrior, why not? Totem Wire usually gives you the power to, because I have a few players that use this, that typically allow you to go and like choose an animal totem. I feel like it's kind of like a very light rewrite of like Native American spirit animal kind of folklore. I'll spare that conversation of how like much cultural appropriation that is for another day. But let's see here. Zella had something. We can take a look at that real quick. Let's take a look at that then. Why not? I think you're confused. You're on the right track there. Divine Fury, fanatical focus on his presence. Start with your choice. This path at third level, you can channel Divine Fury into your weapon strikes while you're raging. The first creature hit on each of your turns with the weapon attack. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Necrotic or Radiant. You choose a type of damage when you gain this feature. Okay. That can actually be kind of handy. Especially considering that as an Aasimar, you already have like the ability to go Radiant. So you can deal like bonus Radiant damage. Okay, this could work. This could work. Mark for this battle. Cool. Where are the gods? Okay, this might be the good choice. All right. Yeah, let's go with this. Where's my... Where to go? There we go. Perfect. Come here. There you are. Path of the Zealot from... It's Totem Warrior. Zealot. There we go. Which comes from Xanathar's Guide to Everything. There's a lot of guides to everything, isn't there? Wizards of the Coast. Gotta change it up there, folks. Okay. So with the Aasimar Barbarian, you get a lot of the looks like the standard fare of barbarian tricks, so to speak, like reckless attack, which allows you to attack with advantage. The possibility your foes might also get advantage against you, but it's okay. You also get danger sense, which allows you to kind of like avoid more damage. And frankly, with the reckless attack and danger sense and all of that, and whatever, this is all kind of like really work out if you do happen to use like a bard like Tundra Miser from last week, because that can really stack up if you give a barbarian just the right bard bonuses. They become like a walking, talking wrecking ball. Cauldron. That's how you know they have lots of original ideas. The Cauldron of whatever. End King, I actually would go and totally buy a book that was straight up like, yes, welcome to my book. It is filled with a book of whatever. It has all kinds of things. It has characters. It has races, or species. You can play the whatevers, or the what have yous, or the whatchamacallits. And then we have our new spells, like who, what, why, how, and where. All those are special different spells. Don't take that idea. If I ever get the chance to be big enough, I'm gonna make that a Kickstarter. Yes, please. Coming in 2024, my Kickstarter campaign for Flintworth's Book of Whatever. Hope to see you there. Okay. Primal Knowledge. The Guide to Question Spells. God, can you imagine? Like, that'd be like a DM's worst nightmare. I'd be like, because D&D has so many elements of being an improv game. Like, the last thing you want to do in an improv is continuously ask questions. That would drive me nuts as a DM. Like, hi, yes, I cast where? Material plane. Okay, I cast when? Next Tuesday. I cast who? Okay, what do you want to know? I'll tell you everything. Everyone wears flannel and just sits around. Is that to the guide to questions spells? I mean, I do have fat flannel. I don't wear much of it nowadays. I'm not sure if that was a dig on me or someone else. I'll leave that to you and to explain. All right, skill proficiencies. So we've got most of these already chosen from other things. So it looks like early options are to add in animal handling or perception. As much as I love the idea of Heat Miser taking care of animals, I think perception would be kind of better. Maybe no, actually, I'll screw it. Animals. I want him to have like a nice, like soft teddy bear side. Sounds cute. Okay. There's all the bonuses of like the Divine Fury, which is like the big crutch of this kind of build, is just dealing that blast. It's almost like when I think about Divine Fury, it reminds me so much like a smite attack, like of a paladin, but for barbarians. We're gonna have to try that in a few seconds, see how what it deals out. You know, that is fair. I mean, the misers, the whole special, a year without a Santa Claus, is kind of like the old Christmas movie, The Lemon Drop Kid, starring Bob Hope, which, believe it or not, is where the song Silver Bells comes from. And I bet you, the people listening right now, I would be surprised if any of you knew that before right now. And actually, there's a lot of like that with this holiday. They're like, yeah, I love the Heat Miser song. It's on my Spotify. Never seen the special, though. So don't worry about it. It's okay. It's good. He is Muggy the Volcano Crab, Greg says. Oh, yeah, I can totally see Heat Miser is totally a volcano crab. A crab person. People, if it were. All right. So, for the long, we also get extra attack and faster movement. Fun. And don't forget, with being an Aasimar, Protector Aasimar, that this Barbarian can heckin' fly. Which is fun. Alright, so first things first, let's go and give a bit more to strength there just to make that... I mean, you have to. With a Barbarian build, you have to go and get as much strength as soon as you possible. Like, he may be short, but he's getting pumped. Okay, features, It's all kind of standard there. Okay, here we are. So, we've got a nice 43 hit points. It's not bad. Not bad for Mordor Miser. Let's see this, though. So let's say he's still raging. You got the rage selected there. You can also give Divine Fury. Let's see how this rolls. Boop. 21. Okay, not bad. Damage. All right, 21 damage in the first hit. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. Ooh. Let's actually see what the radiant damage is on there too. Radiant Soul. This is the one I was talking about earlier. Level 3, you can use your action to unleash all the divine energy within yourself, causing your eyes to glimmer and 2 luminous corporeal rings to sprout. No, you can't really see that, so let me just read it off for you. Your transformation lasts for 1 minute, so 10 rounds, give or take, in a fight, which will last you most combats. Your transformation lasts for 1 minute, until you end it as a bonus action. During it, you have a flying speed of 30, and once on each of your turns, you can deal extra radiant damage to one target when you deal damage to it with an attack or spell. The extra radiant damage equals your level. So, technically, if let's say Mordor Miser here was radiant when you use that attack, that would mean that not only would he have dealt out like 21 damage from this, like all the other stuff, it'd be like an additional 5 damage for a full like 26 in that first hit, which, and you have to remember, yeah, he'll probably, if he attacks, he'll probably get like 2 attacks in the same turn. So let's see, yeah, because we're doing the math anyway. Second attack with this great axe, we'll say it hits. So that'd be 25. Okay, 32-ish. Nope. 30. Math here. Be 12. 12, 24. Bad math. See, I'm an English guy who can't spell. It's weird. My mind's weird. Again, so if we look at the math here overall, the first attack got 9, 12, so 21, 26 with the whole enchilada. And then there'd be additional after that. Yeah, a good 33 damage with their turn towards the target. Which is pretty, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yes, some spells could do a bit more, but a lot of enemies will be turned into mulch at that level. It'd be fun. And that's not counting any kind of like possible bonuses that could have gotten from the bard build too. Yeah, it would just like explode. It would kind of like it will snowball into this eruption of damage galore. So there you go. Yeah, I mean that was the idea, right? They say ironically this build complements Tundra Miser really well, which is, yeah, we did it. That'd be fun, be great. Well, they've got a Scorpion Sub-Zero synergy going on. Oh, N King points out that yeah, Freeze Miser and Heat Miser do have a Scorpion Sub-Zero synergy, which, you know, at some point next year we should totally do. We should go look at some of the Mortal Kombat characters, because I do love that series a lot. A lot. Whew. Well, I'm gonna open up the floor for any kind of questions. Really, if you have it out there, now's the time to do it. In the meantime, I'll just start listing off some announcements. First and foremost, I am in the middle of working on my next Creature Creator video. Once again, that's going to be Krampus, and how, frankly, you should probably be using him less as an enemy in your D&D campaigns and more as like an ally. Seriously, he would be so much better suited working with your players than against them. But more importantly, I am also looking forward to next month. If you've watched these streams before, or at least watch the recordings of them, you know that I am planning to do another charity marathon next month, based on an earlier one I did back in last year for my birthday, called the D&D Blowout Marathon. Looking forward to doing that again. I'll have more details, hoping, before the year is out. It's gonna be fun. It's probably gonna lead me to losing my mind again, which would be great, and it'd be all for a good cause, and how can you pass up that, right? Furthermore, I am still workshopping my ideas and hopes to do a little bit more streaming. I think I mentioned in another stream how one of the ideas was to kind of switch off with Warrior Workshop on Fridays with something else. I'm thinking maybe some kind of like horror hangout where, you know, we go and maybe do watch-alongs and watch maybe one of the movies I'm covering for another one of my videos or streams, and kind of like experience that together. I can give you guys a look behind the curtain, so to speak, of how I watch movies, process them, and eventually, you know, make that into my guides. Or maybe even doing, because I mentioned this as well, using these kind of hangouts to play horror games together, because I started getting requests for characters I've never actually seen or played with before, and so I'm thinking that'd be a perfect time to do a little bit of like a not Moon Knight, Hollow Knight kind of runs. I'm not sure we do like full-on playthroughs, because my channel really isn't that. Oh, and a camera. Sorry. But you know what I mean, right? Like, I am mostly D&D focused here, but I would like to kind of embrace more of my horror side as well. So, think about that. But let's see here. Got a few questions here. And King says if that could be fun, is it possible for someone to be an ally and also an obstacle? To be an ally and also an obstacle. Ally and obstacle. Do you mean like that, like a party member can be both like give you benefits, but also be in your way. Because I can kind of see that, especially if you're playing a larger character, because it can sometimes happen. Because, yeah, there could be ways where you could be like used as cover in some, I guess, some fashion, but you also could like make it hard to shoot around you. Give us next peek for next month's theme. Annoying sidekick, yeah, I can see that. I mean, you definitely can play as someone who's annoying. I've had players do that before. Next month's theme, though, I don't really have one just yet. Mainly because I'm kind of focused on that upcoming charity stream event. So I'm open for ideas. If you have any reg or anyone else watching, certainly write them here or down in the comments below later on. I mean, I did, but I mostly meant for Krampus. He could help the party, but he's also a jerk. Well, I don't want to go too much into it right now because it would kind of defeat the purpose of having a video about it. But Krampus is a character that's existed in folklore for centuries, often as a sidekick or ally of sorts with Santa Claus. Actually, in some places, I can't confirm this because I didn't do that heavy of research, but I did do research this week. I watched so many movies based on Krampus this week. That some places, he may even like predate Saint Nicholas. So I guess my reasoning is that he's not there to get in Santa Claus's way. He's there to kind of like work with them. It's just, instead of dealing out coal, he's dealing out scary punishments. I mean, you can also really play in your games that, he could be, causing some strife, especially if your players happen to be ones who are being, naughty in your games. So, you have to give that some thought. But as far as themes go, he is dealing death. Yeah, some cases, yeah. I mean, honestly, I initially wanted to use next month to kind of like look at some of my favorite movies and games that were around the New Year's. But when I realized, hey, Flintworth, you're planning a marathon that could last up to 3 days with up to possibly 9 games, that I was gonna kind of take it a bit easy with the themes. So yeah, I don't want to get too many details of what I'm doing because it might kind of be a surprise. So I'm kind of open. Might be just a smorgasbord next year. There's always you. Christmas Spirit of the Fallen. But yeah, I think that's kind of like the quick gist of it. Speaking of upcoming stuff, next week, I don't know just yet what we're gonna be talking about. I know we have at least. Actually, looking at it, it might be my last Creature Warrior workshop of the year next week, so that'd be something good. Maybe I'll just do it on Santa Claus. Keep it simple. Yeah, only because on the 30th, I might be traveling to go visit some friends for New Year's Eve, so I might be on the road at that time. Can always do it earlier in the day, I suppose. So I'll let you know. I'll keep you on the down low, because I like to at least do 2 more this month. But yeah, so yeah, the 16th. Yeah, the 16th. Yeah, let's do it on Santa Claus. Oh, Santa Claus! Make him a rogue. That'd be kind of fun. If a wrong turn ever happens. Oh yeah. I hope it. I mean, I use GPS to get there. I've driven there a few times, so I won't hopefully get lost. Yeah. No wrong turns for Flintworth, please. I do not want to get taken out in some scary, dark country road. Keep the bandos away from me, please. I haven't either. I mostly know it from just watching other people talk about it. But I think that's just about it for me today. And yeah. Okay, you guys should know the drill by now. Let me go and hit the. There we go. So, as always, thank you all for watching. Whether you've been watching it live or watching this later on, I thank you for watching here, there, and everywhere. If you haven't already, please consider liking, subscribing, or even sharing this video or stream or any of the other stuff I've done. All of it helps me out a lot, and it'd be such a really great Christmas gift. And more importantly, make sure you have some, fun this weekend. Don't work too hard. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy, friends, family. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Robotica, whatever. Life's short. Get the most of it. Get the most of being with the ones you love. And until next week, you all stay wonderfully, wonderfully beautiful, classy, and just know that I love you either way. Thanks again for hanging out. I will catch you all later. Bye.